What is going on, guys? It is Blink here, back with a new guide. Now, in this guide, we'll be talking about preventing third-party situations. So guys, let's get to this guide. So in this first example, I built above this player, and as I did that, he ends up backing off, and I built a little higher to get a better view. Now, as I do that, I can see someone building right behind me, and I take action. If you can't see someone building behind you, then make sure you're listening, because if you're listening, then he's most likely super close, and you have to make the right decisions quickly. Now, at that moment, I put the pressure towards this player because I already knew I had the high ground, which gives me the advantage. Hit him with the shotgun shot and finished him off with the SMG. Now, you can see I instantly turned around and put my focus back on the original player I was fighting. I'm still holding the high ground, and say the original player pushed up as they eliminated the second player. If I quickly turned around, I can usually catch that player building up towards me and be in the same situation I was in with the player I just eliminated. As long as your health is in a good state, then continue holding that high ground and don't forget about that other player. Now, say I did take damage and the player I eliminated has meds, then it's okay to heal up if you're down to no shields and around 50 health. You gotta make sure you're making the right moves. You can see I've got myself a campfire and a mini. As long as I'm not one hit, I can still build up and check on the other player as I'm healing above. Now, if I'm one hit, then I would have probably went inside the house to heal up. If you've got a house around, use this natural cover to heal it. Now, the reason I can still hold the high ground if I'm not one hit is because I still have a chance to drop myself down to the house if this last opponent does land a few shots on me and ends up pushing. Now, in this next example, as it built up, you can see I'm looking behind me. The reason for this is because I'm in between the two last players. Now, I do focus on one player and make sure I place a wall behind me so I can't get shot in the back. As I'm fighting the player in front of me, I turn around to check up on the second player. You want to make sure you're checking your back every few seconds, that way you prevent the pinch. Now, I've still got the advantage holding the high ground and catch this player trying to bouncer up to me. He messed up by not adding walls in front of him as he bouncered, which gave me a lot of free shots towards him. Now, I've continued the push because I've already put on the damage. To avoid third-party situations, you want to make pushes at the right times. If you've put on damage towards your opponent, then don't be scared to push, because a lot of third-party situations happen because a lot of players don't play aggressive when needed, which results in fights taking too long. Now, that's not always the case because you might have finished a fight quite quickly and you get pushed as you're healing, and I'll talk about this at the end of the guide. Now, this next situation, I'm building towards a player I spot below me, and before the fight even starts, I get third-partied. Now, this player behind me wasn't too great, and usually if you're getting shot in the back, you want to see if you can take shots back, that way the player behind you plays a little more cautious. If you can deal a little bit of damage, that player will play a little more safer, giving you more room to breathe. Now, say this player behind me was pretty good and was non-stop spamming me in front of the mountain. A great thing to do is pressure the player in front of you before the mountain player gets too close. When you push forward, you'll have less of a chance of getting shot as long as you're using the materials you built for cover. Once again, as long as you're using your materials that you were behind for cover. Try angling yourself, that way the player behind you cannot see you. If you have to move out of cover, then make sure you're still building cover behind you as you're fighting the current player. And once again, your goal is to finish the fight quickly. If you've taken too much damage and you're not able to finish the fight, then back off, and the second opponent will a lot of the times take the fight for you. Sometimes backing off and letting the third party join the fight is good to do. Resetting your fight but backing away will still keep you in the game. Now, if you do finish off a fight and you're healing up and you get spammed as you're boxed in healing up, then there are a few things you can do depending on the position of your opponent. If he's trying to break the roof, then you guys already know, edit the top, and as you do that, he'll drop in. You can place traps all around you. You then want to make sure to add a ramp, that way he doesn't put any damage in the process. Now, say he's on the same level shooting out your wall, then the next thing you can do is line up a shotgun shot, and as he breaks your wall, take the shot and rebuild the wall. You'll get the hit off on him a few times and he might back away or he might continue. You can keep repeating this as it does work very well. And lastly, you might just need to build yourself up if you've got super low health. If he doesn't stop shooting, double ramp yourself up and try getting off a hit, that way he slows his aggression down, which can give you that time you need to heal. If he's above, then edit the wall and double ramp from below. Or if he's on your level, then open up the roof and get yourself above. It's a lot better to do when he's on your level because you'll have that high ground no matter what. So guys, that's it for this guide. Those were a few of the best ways of fighting in third-party situations, and a like and a sub will be greatly appreciated as it does help me out a lot. Anyways guys, thanks for watching and hope you have a great rest of your day and night, and I'll see you on the next one.